Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trade Talks Live. I am Roger Wakefield, and I started plumbing a long time ago. Man, what happened there? How are y'all today? See, my squirrels, they run through my world. But y'all probably know that.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I started plumbing 45 years ago, and I get to get in here every day and talk the trades with y'all. Now, I've got experience at commercial, residential, service, new construction, industrial, non-union, and union. I've done it all. And Squirt came up, worked in machine shops, did different things, got into the union, didn't want to be a pipe fitter. I don't know what the heck is wrong with him.
I wanted to be a pipe fitter. Didn't want to be a plumber.
Yeah. I was trying to
He
use
tried.
that Freudian slip to reverse psychologize you. Guys, welcome to the show. We do this every day, and we talk about all the trades because we truthfully think the more you know about your industry, your trade, your business, your profession, the better off you're going to be. You can move up to being the top 5% by studying this and learning this each and every day. So we started doing the research for you. And we get in here, we talk about it. We're working with some different sponsors on coming on board that could make this a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Be kind of neat. So anyway, as you see, I'm not here alone.
That's it, everybody. I am Henry Wakefield, a.k.a. Squirt, as you see down there on the screen. 20-year pipe fitter by trade. Loved building mechanical rooms, honestly. It's one of my favorite. Spent it in the union, doing a little bit of everything out there, working in a lot of different spaces and worlds. Now I get to run LeakPro. My whole family's plumbers, so I like to build the tools to put in plumbers' hands. And we would like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And guys, I always suggest checking out the complete kit, because if you're not doing leak detection, I build the right tool to make it very simple and easy to use. But check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro. And it comes with both pieces of equipment that we build there. It's the business in a box is what I call it. It's got the probe for that outdoor, that meter to the home service, irrigation lines, anything like that. But if that leaks under a slab, you want that sidekick that's in that complete kit, because it's got an aluminum rod, which eliminates that layer of concrete that you're listening through. And it's one-person operation whenever you get that complete kit, because you've got a remote-controlled outlet there to control your air. So check out the complete kit at leak.pro. It's one of the best pieces of equipment out there, and it's simple, easy to use. That's the major thing that plumbers need. They just need to hear where the leak's at so that we can get it fixed for that customer, so they're not having to wait 8 weeks for the leak detection people in your area. So give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd love to talk about the equipment.
And if you want to learn how to do YouTube, look, I made a free webinar to teach you things about it that might make you realize that YouTube could really be great for your business. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment to start. You don't need a lot of followers. You don't need a lot of views, but you need to get started. And it all starts with that free webinar. Just go to justmattroger.com and check it out. And if you're in business, if you're in residential service industry, I'm going to tell you about residentialserviceprofessionals.com. It's a business operating system that gives you the systems and processes to run your business the way you want to run it, not the way somebody else wants you to run it. When you join these big or best practice groups, the big best practice groups, man, they handcuff you. They tie you down. They tell you, look, you have to do everything this way. Here's our logos. Here's our brands. Here's our scripts. You can't even say a lot of the words once you walk away. Guys, we want to teach you to do things your way and learn how to do it with systems and processes, actually SOPs, systems, operations, and processes that help you do things better. If you want to learn more about it, a business operating system, go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. Now, the national news, there is big news out of the great state of Texas. Construction has officially begun on the San Marcos Business Park. Now, this is a massive distribution and light manufacturing campus right along the I-35 corridor. Now, this is between Austin and San Antonio, guys. This is prime real estate, halfway between Austin and San Antonio, so it's right in the middle, making it one of the most strategic industrial hubs in the state. We're talking millions of square feet of logistics space, warehouses, and supporting infrastructure. The trade's impact here is huge. Civil contractors are already moving dirt. Steel crews. Look, guys, the decks for all these erections and stuff that are going to be going on, there's a lot of elevated work going on here, and MEP work is going to be off the charts. HVAC systems for warehouses, plumbing for the facilities, electrical wiring for automation and robotic systems. Local subcontractors are scrambling to recruit labor because this isn't a short-term build, guys. It's years of steady work. Even supply chains benefit. Roofing suppliers, HVAC distributors, plumbing wholesalers in the region will all see the ripple effects. Now, guys, they're going to be getting materials out of San Antonio and Austin both.
Yep.
This is a clear example of how Texas continues to attract mega projects away from other states. Now, I remember when, was it Rick Perry that was the governor there? That, man, he'd go to California and say, hey, y'all move to Texas. Our taxes are so much better than y'all's. And he'd go out there and recruit people. And they'd shut down their businesses and move to Texas.
Yep.
And if you're in the region, you want to be watching those bid boards quickly. Keep your eyes on them. Yep. This project could feed crews for 10, 20 years, guys. This is going to be a lot of work coming, and it's just going to keep going on.
That's it. Like light manufacturing, guys. Maybe we put LeakPro down there, you know. That's a pretty good little prime time spot. Halfway between those two, honestly.
Oh, you're trying to move now?
No, never. I mean, from Texas to Texas, maybe.
That's
you
not
know,
really
I mean,
moving.
That's not
just,
moving, is it?
That's just hanging out.
It's just skipping across the state a little bit. That's all.
Not a bad deal. I'm going to jump in comments real quick. Gen X Plumber, good morning to you. Says, good morning, fellas. Happy hump day.
Yeah, buddy.
Plumber in the Trade says, good morning, gentlemen. Today in class is the all-important offset and fitting allowance math.
Yes.
Used to love that
That's
stuff.
my world.
I used to love it. Plumber in the Trade says, question for you too, Roger. Have you ever met Gary Labrosse? He was a Canadian union plumber who worked in Texas for a bit. Can't get more information, but may you guys cross paths. Not that I'm aware of. He also said he's one of my teachers here at the trade school. Cool deal. It's always nice to know instructors. And look, I've met a ton of instructors. At all the conferences I go to, instructors come up and say, hey, I use your material. Or students come up and say, hey, my instructor uses your material. So it's pretty cool. Josh Coster says, good morning. First time watching. I've been researching, and I'm not seeing cities where trades are having more demand than supply. I think you got that wrong, Josh, because every big company, every company that I talk to, people are like, look, we need more people. And man, right now, Josh, there's about probably 1.5 to 2 million unfilled trades jobs across the United States. Man, I'm not seeing cities where trades are having more demand than supply. Unless you're talking about maybe there's enough plumbing companies out there or something.
Yeah, like.
But I'll tell you this, there's not enough good ones.
Or if it's, and this could be somebody maybe that's trying to get into the trades, because I hear this a lot, you know, they're trying to find somewhere, but everybody wants somebody with experience. And I remember this a long time ago, having arguments with people like, how do you expect me to ever get experience if nobody will hire you with zero experience? And that's where I got to where I actually understood somebody saying that they would donate a week of their time to attempt to get hired on, to get that job and stuff. And then it was like, oh, well, that's how you get past that. Oh, I have no experience. Well, no, but I've got a great work ethic. So you know what? Let me donate a week of my time, and then you figure out if you want to hire me or not after that week.
And even better than that, let me show up and work for you for a week. If you decide at the week you want to keep, at the end of the week you want to keep me, you pay me for the week.
Yep.
If you don't want to keep me, you're good.
Yep.
You don't owe me nothing.
I'll leave. I'll head home and appreciate the knowledge that I gained.
And then your work ethic better be amazing. You show up on time. You be the busiest guy. You don't ever stand around. But guys, that should be your work ethic every day.
That's it. Be there waiting for them to show up, ready to go.
All right, bottom line, let's talk money. Squirt, incentivizing crews efficiency with productivity bonuses.
I loved this. And this, whenever this came out, I was like, you know what? This makes me think back to Great Wolf Lodge.
Yep.
When the project manager would walk out and he'd look at something and he'd look at the hours and he knew what you had. And he's like, guys,
y'all are off Friday.
It's morning. I tell you what, sooner y'all finish this up, sooner you can go home. I'm paying 12 hours either way because that's what's left on it for all of y'all. So how long is it going to take y'all? What are y'all working today? Oh, boys, we can get this done in 8 hours. Watch this. That PM doesn't know what he just did. Get ready, guys, because here's where we go. Here we go.
And you crank that productivity level up.
A lot. Why? Because there's a little bonus to get there. What?
Mm-hmm.
Time home with the family a little early. That's unexpected. That is a great surprise.
Well, you might want to let your wife know you're coming home because she may have a surprise for you if not.
That's true.
If she's expecting you at 8 tonight and you show up at 4 in the afternoon or evening, yeah, there may be a problem.
Yeah.
Too many contractors think bonuses have to be massive to matter.
Yes.
I mean, think about it. 4 hours, what's that? $80, $100?
That's it.
It's not a lot of money.
Not a whole lot.
But you know what? 4 hours at home, that's a big deal. So in reality, small weekly or monthly payouts tied to clear metrics can completely shift morale. Now, the union can't do this.
Nope.
But Open Shop can find a way to motivate your men because these little metrics can completely shift that morale and put them in better moods. It makes them coming in Monday like, hey, here we go. Think milestone bonuses for hitting project benchmarks early or maybe cash cards for consistent quality work. I used to hand out hours.
Hand out hours?
Here's 2 hours.
A lot of jobs I hit, it was lunch. It was a good lunch. Don't get me wrong. It was a well-catered lunch. There were giveaways. There were drawings. There were extra things on top of just the lunch. Do you know how much that brought morale up? We love a free meal. Why? Because we work.
I did a lunch at Beard one day.
Yep.
And I had a vendor pay for it. Maggiano's.
Even better.
Maggiano's. Lasagna and fettuccine Alfredo for like 40 people.
Yeah.
And they had done well. They had humped it. Things looked really, really good. So we went into that little presentation room there. And it was so cool.
Yeah.
Because they walked in, they're like, oh my God, this smells amazing. I said, yes. It's like, it's not pizza or barbecue. It's like, oh, no, it's not.
That's it.
And it's like, guys, there's plenty of food there to get what you want. I mean, these guys are filling their plates like, oh my gosh, I'm going to eat.
That's it. And like, I realize it more now that I'm out of the field, how much more I could eat back then because food was fuel.
Oh yeah, you burned it.
So guess what? It's getting put right back to use. Small things like that. The key to everything though is just fairness.
Yeah.
Be fair. We all have to reach that milestone to get that great lunch. It takes all of us to do it together. You can't just reward that speed because that also can risk the sloppy work. Mm-hmm. And you have to keep the professionalism in line with, oh, we got it quicker. Yeah, because we kicked the productivity up. But it did not make it look worse than it would have been.
Yeah, we didn't just slam it in.
We didn't just throw it in. We put it in perfectly. Metrics have to include the quality check, though. Safety compliance, because if there's any safety incidences, it all goes away. Bye. And
matter of fact, you may owe me hours because of that.
That's it. Yeah, like safety is, that's what I always tell the guys. Is when you can't work safe, you got to work careful. Mm-hmm. You got to slow down that speed because there's some things you can't just do 100% per the safety because of the location that you're at. And I understand that being a worker in the field. But there was a contractor that we were talking to that rolled out a tool stipend instead of cash. Crews could earn credit towards the high-end gear, which boosted pride and productivity. That was one of the best things that I figured out in the union is guess what? You give guys money to go spend on tools. Guess what? They bring cooler, better tools to work that makes them better at their job. I always thought it was funny when they're, oh, well, so-and-so is going to come out with a better tool. Well, then guess what? You should probably invest in a better tool too. Well, that's not fair. How is it not? Do you not make the same money that he does? Choose how you spend it. And if you want to invest in yourself and the work that you put out to earn all that money, then do it.
They'd laugh at me because I invested in education. I'd be like, I'm going to a class this weekend. They're like, what?
Yeah. Why are you doing that? Why don't you hang out and drink some beer?
Learning something.
No, I'm going to add a new skill.
And a great way to just do the PTO hours is bonuses.
It's huge.
Suddenly, guys are pushing hard to lock down Friday afternoons off Hey, boss, look, I got 4 hours. I'm leaving at lunch on Friday.
Yeah.
Hand me your cards. We're good. The bottom line is incentives don't just put money in their pockets. They put buy-in, okay? And if people buy into your culture, man, they're happy to be there.
That's it. Like my crew that day, when leaving early for the 12 hours, oh, but we can get it done there. Everybody's so happy about that. They're happy to put in that extra work, to kick it up that extra couple gears and be smart, pay attention, and double check everything real quick so we don't make a mistake, which is just going to add time for us.
And they hold each other accountable.
Yep.
I mean, that is really such a big deal.
That's the major.
All right. Safety.
Ooh, good one.
Drones and confined space inspections.
Yes.
Now, this is pretty neat.
I love this. I was like, oh my gosh, let's send a robot in first. Traditionally, inspecting tanks, crawl spaces, or duct runs means sending a worker into potentially hazardous conditions. Dropping in this air monitor on a string, all these things, checking all these levels, doing all this stuff. You just fly a drone through what you're actually about to send someone into. And I love this because I think manholes, sewer systems, things nobody's really in. Fly a drone through.
Mm-hmm.
That's paperwork. That's permits. That's the atmospheric monitoring like I was talking about. And it's still a ton of risk because that one air pocket could be holding something dangerous. You don't know. New drones are stepping in, though. Equipped with cameras, gas sensors. They can scan areas that are tight, dirty, or even dangerous. A wastewater treatment plant in the Midwest reported cutting confined space inspection time from 8 hours to 45 minutes using drones. The footage isn't just safer, it's better. Higher resolution video that comes on the cameras nowadays gives you that evidence for an actual compliance report. Look, we know everything we're about to go into. We've seen it. We've put our eyes on it. You normally don't ever get to say that. Foreman can review it with the crew without anybody strapping into a harness and crawling through that ductwork. We can pull it up on video and talk through the exact procedure that's going to happen on the entry. But it's not plug and play, okay? You are going to need a trained operator who understands not just how to fly it, but how to interpret that footage, to be able to stay in the spots, to do the readings where it needs to do it, where you're actually going to work.
And the cool thing is, look, OSHA likes this. Anytime we can keep human bodies from getting in unsafe positions, they like this technology. And insurance companies, they love it too because there's less risk. Yep. And guys, at the end of the day, and I say this all the time, look, I love this new safety equipment. I love it's out there. I love the fact that it costs more money. But guys, if it can save lives, if it can keep your people from getting hurt, that's what it's all about.
That's what the safety investments all boil down to.
All right, now let's talk tech. Smart windows for energy efficiency. Now, these are windows that tint automatically depending on sunlight and heat load. They're integrated into smart building systems, which means the glass itself helps regulate the indoor climate. The payoff is significant. Pilot projects show 20 to 25% reduction in HVAC demand. Now, it's funny because I always keep my blinds at home. I don't turn them down where the light shines in. I turn them up where the light
stays out,
reflects out. And I've done that for years. You know that.
Yeah.
My blinds are always turned, even right here, they're turned a certain way. Guys, it's huge. But imagine shaving 25 to 30% off your utility bills if you own a hospital or a high-rise office tower. For the trades, this means new skills. Glazers and installers have to handle materials that behave a little bit differently from traditional glass. The electricians and the controls techs have to wire and integrate sensors. Imagine hospitals, schools, office towers, anything chasing LEED certification. Guys, they're already looking at this. It's a reminder that building envelopes are becoming as smart as the HVAC or electrical systems inside them. And in the future, the wall itself might be part of the energy system.
It's coming.
Yeah, it is.
It's coming.
For now, these smart windows are a practical step that's already hitting job sites. And when you look at it, I mean, think about it. What if you did have just solid glass walls? It's an office building. I've been in office buildings that had glass, floor to ceiling.
But imagine being able to go, tent,
Yeah.
engage, smoke the glass. I don't want to see I don't need any distractions right now. Whatever. Like, that's where my mind goes for this, because do you feel great? I want a dark day. Feel bad? Gloom?
I need
Bring some more light.
sunshine.
Bring
Yeah.
some light, because I something's got to pick me up, and nothing's I'm doing's working.
We could be
Let
walking
the
on
light
sunshine.
in more. That's it. Like, I think this is so cool. And welcome to the Judsons. We're headed there. Like,
We're getting there quick.
Really quick. And just like we were saying, the wall is going to be incorporated before long. I say it all the time. Every trade out there is getting smarter. New things are coming out in every single world there is. So see what's coming out in your market.
All right, we're going to roll over into mindset growth. Now, field rotation weeks. Here's the concept. Managers and office staff spend 1 week each quarter working alongside crews in the field. I know some PMs that couldn't do that.
Me too, but guess what? They could help do what a first-year apprentice does. Basic, just super simple.
Give me some more pipe.
That's it. They're going to be a gopher. But you know what that's going to teach them? How long it takes to move material on a job. Something that actually matters, and they're like, holy crap, somebody actually has to take that thing from there to there and do this and that. They don't get to see that if they just spend a lot of time in the office. Yeah, occasionally they see it while they're walking a job, but if you actually make them work with somebody for a week, they get every ache and pain and great feeling from doing that job.
And, you know, there are aches and pains, but I have never felt better than when I've worked so freaking hard one day and you come home, you get something to drink, you jump in the shower, and you just fall into bed and you're like, oh my God, I'm just going to lay here for a minute. And then you wake up the next morning. It's like, oh my God, I was wore out.
Yes.
I've been there.
Yes.
I pretty much did that. Yeah, yesterday.
And it feels good. But the benefits here are huge, guys. First, empathy. Managers see how long it really does take to haul tools up the scaffolding, or what weather delays look like in practice. That's one of my favorites, when they're actually on the job and it's like, yeah, you see why we can't work right now?
Yeah.
That insight leads to better project planning and more accurate bids, though. And that's why I say this is great for everybody, even your secretary, just to have an idea of what is going on out there. It's great for them to see it. But secondly, it helps your culture.
Yeah, a lot.
The crews, they feel respected when leaders actually step out of that office and get their boots dirty. I loved working in the retro group because the superintendents worked. We were all workers. There was nobody that sat in the office and watched what was going on. Our boots were dirty.
Well, I used to, whenever I coached foremen, I'd always tell them, you know, when you get to be a superintendent, the most important thing you can put on a job site is your boot prints.
Yep.
Get out there and walk around. See that job. A lot of them. I know when I was in the field, I thought, man, I want to be a superintendent one day. Just sits in the office all day, doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Doesn't have to do nothing.
And a lot of them didn't.
There's a lot of them that are that way, yes.
But I made it a point. I spent at least half my day out in the field. And normally it was probably 70 or 80%.
That's it. And guys, it is what this does. This breaks down that us versus them mentality. It's not the field versus the office. No, we are all one, trying to get to that finish line together.
Build this company together.
But finally, guys, this is big for leadership development. Because apprentices and journeymen, they see the manager engaging, and they get a clear picture of how the business actually operates. If I had one working with me, I could have asked questions as to how we get jobs, how things go in the office. What I was curious of. Why? Because I worked the field all my life. I didn't know what went on in that place.
And then hung out in the office. He didn't want to go in the field. Most people don't.
That's it.
I know one contractor who swears this practice reduced scheduling disputes by half. Just because once managers experience the field realities, they quit promising impossible timelines. Field rotation is more than symbolic. It's a practical leadership tool that improves both culture and profitability. Guys, if you can do things like that, it does. It makes it so amazing. It's funny because I remember when I became like a foreman at Texas Instruments. I had a superintendent, and I got upset with him one day. And I said, you know what? I'm out of here. He said, you ain't out of here. I said, why? He said, because if you go across the street, they'll put you back out in the field. He said, you can't handle that. I said, you can watch me, and kiss my tail as I walk off, and walked off. I came back. They moved him to another building and said, you're the superintendent in South Building now. It's okay. He ended up out in the field. He didn't like it, but he wasn't a good superintendent. Just saying.
That's it.
Guys, look, we get to do what we do because I started YouTube 7.5 years ago. And I did it because I got tired of getting ripped off by marketing companies. Marketing companies will tell you anything in the world to get you to give them more money. That's all they want. They want more money. I got tired of it. I got tired of paying marketing companies a lot of money. I tell people, imagine driving down the road, having $47,000 cash, throwing it out the window, knowing when you get to the office, your phone's not going to ring. Because I've been through that. I had paid marketing companies $47,000, and the last one actually made the phone stop ringing. So I decided I needed to learn something new. I decided I was going to do social media, and I really thought it was just going to be Facebook. But I went to a conference and I learned about YouTube. And what really hit home with me is that the guy walks out and says, look, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. And that blew my mind. And then when he said it was owned by Google, the largest search engine in the world, I thought, why aren't we doing anything on YouTube? 1 month later, we started posting 3 videos a week. And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't easy. It takes work. But our channel started growing. Our business started growing. We started getting views. And all I did is learn to bring value to people. Now, I didn't start with a lot of fancy equipment. I started with iPhones, iPads, my laptop computer. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, go to justmattroger.com, watch the free webinar. It will help you learn how you can get started in YouTube. Again, justmattroger.com.
That's it, everybody. Also, today's show is brought to you by LeakPro. And guys, leaks don't just wait, okay? When a homeowner has water running across their floor, or a facility has a slab leak that's shutting down the operation because it's coming through the floor at the entry, there's not any time to call that specialist to wait a week, 2, 8.
6, 8, yeah.
It's out there. Guys, at LeakPro, we give you the training and the tools to create that ability, give you that skill, and teach you that skill so that you can be the responder. You can be the leak detection professional that's like, you know what? I've got this. I've got the tools. I got trained exactly how to use them, okay? You're going to learn how to diagnose the problem with confidence and fix it without delay, okay? I offer a 2-day in-person training here just outside of Dallas, Texas. And I've got a slab out here. You're going to start out with 130,000 square inches, and you're going to be within 12 by the end of day 2. And we call that in your hole, because every hole, if I ever have to put one in a slab, it's a 2x2 hole. So if you're within 12 inches, you're there. And most everybody's within 6. I teach you how to locate the lines under the slab, pinpoint locate the leaks under concrete and just under the ground, no slab above it, so that you know what that sounds like too. But then also I'll teach you, I've got a couple sewer systems set up, one cast iron and then one plastic, where I'll teach you to go through and actually determine exactly where a sewer system's leaking, all from the double clean out outside of the home. Give me a call at 1-8888-LEAKPRO. I'd love to talk about the equipment or the training and how this can help you become that leak detection specialist in your area that other plumbers call to. Check out the website if you want to at leak.pro. I always suggest checking out the complete kit. It's the business in a box that comes with everything needed.
You guys, the cool thing is once you're equipped, you're not just a plumber. You're the trusted expert who solves leaks today, not in a week, 2 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, any of that. And that speed, that professionalism is what sets companies apart. With LeakPro, you own the leak detection space in your area. Become that guy. We're also sponsored by Residential Service Professionals. If you are a residential service company that wants to grow, that doesn't want to be handcuffed by the big box best practice group saying, look, you have to do every single thing this way. You have to use our logos. You have to use our scripts. You have to use our this and our that. A business operating system that builds the business the way you want to build it, the way you want to build it, that gives you the systems, the operations, and the processes to do what needs to be done the right way, puts you in position to grow the company you want. You started your business not because you wanted to build it like every other business around. You wanted to do something different. Residential Service Professionals can help you do that. To learn more, go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com.
Hey, you want to hit comments real
I
quick?
can
It's been
do
a little
that.
bit.
It has been.
I know. I'm like, wait.
Find where I'm at here. Right here. All right, Josh, I believe. Nope,
was the
nope,
last one.
Manny. So here we go. Manny says, good morning, Roger. Quick question. In my state, they offer an apprenticeship residential plumbing program through the union. Do you know how that would work? Well, it would probably work just like the commercial. You're going to find the union, look, go through their orientation, go through their interview process, learn about it, contact them and say, look, normally what happens is when the union brings you on, they help you find jobs with the signatory contractors. And it really is just pretty cool. Check it out. What state are you in, Manny? Yes.
Yeah.
Since you've asked it multiple times. Josh says, thanks for the advice. You're welcome. Are we guys brothers? Well, kinda. No, this is actually my son, Shane.
Yep.
You talked to my Uncle Billy Stevens. I sure did. Manny Logan. Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, I got it there. They keep coming in. Had Billy in. Great guy. Love what he's doing. Really, really good guy. Okay, and he's in Washington State. Cool deal.
Yeah.
Helping Hands Handyman Services. I made it in, gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning to you. And I love that Washington State's doing that. Yeah. I've actually helped the PHCC up there came down to Texas to see how they do their training. I've got friends that are heavily involved in the politics up in there, and that's good stuff. Shane says that makes sense. You look alike. Yeah. And thank you for your time. Man, I love what I do. And Manny, I didn't just meet Billy, just so you know, I interviewed him in this channel. One of the interviews that we did is Billy. So go check it out. It's really good. Yep. He's a great guy. All y'all should check it out. There's a lot of knowledge in that. Randy, all trades.
All trade, man. Adjacent systems training. Okay. Guys, here's the problem. Too many job site clashes happen because trades don't understand each other's priorities.
Or we just don't like the other tradesmen.
Sometimes.
It can happen.
But I've seen this, and I learned this back in residential whenever I was a very beginner. Plumbers cut through structural heads. Oh, I need to run this drain that way. It's got to go. No, not that way. It doesn't. You go around this. Why? Because that matters.
Yeah.
You do that, they got to replace the whole thing. They got to tear the whole thing out and read it. Oh, okay. Electricians run conduit where duct work was supposed to go. Have you seen that? Have you seen them drill holes in the duct and actually run their conduit? I've seen that one. Oh, I'm like, what were y'all thinking? HVAC techs, they install without knowing where the fire stopping actually needs to be. Guys, there's a solution to this, though. If you train your crews in the basics of those adjacent systems, we all have to know how the whole building works and what each other is there for and what we're doing, what we can cut through and what we can't.
And there's more that we can't.
And there's more that we can't than what we can, I promise. But plumbers get an intro to structural considerations. These you can go through, these beams you cannot, period. Doesn't matter what's going on. We've seen some of those on some shorts I've made you review.
Oh, yeah. It's
where
like,
DI wires cut right through everything, and it's
out.
like, holy cow. But electricians, they can learn how HVAC controls interface with their wiring. Carpenters learn where the MEP needs space before they actually do the framing. They learn where backing is required in bathrooms. Yeah, right. That'll never happen.
No. They don't know what we need for framing either.
That's it. Because this doesn't really turn everybody into the generalist. You just need to know what relates close to your world. It creates what I call the multilingual tradespeople. Workers who understand the language of the other trades well enough to avoid the conflicts. I knew, get with the wall guy before I cut the hole, and guess what? If they ain't got time, that's fine. I'm making my own hole, and y'all are going to deal with it. You will never make me do it again.
No, and he's right, and I love that because when I was working it was the guest quarters hotel at the time in Austin, and I told the guy, I said, look, I think we got a leak in this column. I said, I need y'all to open the wall. He said, look, just open up, we'll get to it. And I said, dude, I'm a plumber. I said, you sure you want me to open it up? He says, look, I ain't got time for this crap.
Good.
Okay. Told the apprentice to go get my sheetrock tool. So he goes, gets it, and I knew that where he came back, he would walk right by, and he comes back with a sharpshooter. The guy's like, wait, what are you going to do with that? He said, this is his sheetrock tool. I said, you know what? We'll go cut it.
That's it.
Well, and once I do that once, you're going to understand you don't want me making holes. I'm trying to be nice here.
That's it. But guys, honestly, contractors that actually do this, they see fewer RFIs because people understand what's going on. Mm-hmm. There's fewer delays and there's fewer cost overruns. And I kid about the backing. Every plumber knows that they've got to go get with the framer and tell them exactly where the backing goes. And they got to pick out the spray paint color so that we can paint where it needs to be.
And when he means tell them where it goes, it's on every floor. This is
every
a
single bathroom
again.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we know that I'm not a plumber, but I know I've been on enough jobs. We have to do it.
And the good thing is, though, apprentices trained this way ramp up faster because they see the big picture.
Yes.
Cross-trade knowledge is not a luxury anymore. It's a requirement. Okay? I could not walk on a job site anymore and not know what people are talking about because I'd be like, wait, I don't know what to do here. Guys, make it a big deal. All right. Laws and license.
Yeah, and let's dig into some compliance here. Some new, different stuff. Warehouses and dock installs. I was kind of a part of this a lot in our industrial space. But the boom in the logistics facilities, it has regulators stepping up standards, okay? Dock levelers, the guardrails, forklift traffic lanes, all of this is under tighter scrutiny nowadays. You've got to keep everybody segregated. Personnel has to be able to walk through a warehouse safely without anybody being able to run them over. Got to have a lot of protections in nowadays. ANSI standards for dock equipment, they've been updated also. And OSHA's increased the enforcement on forklift and pedestrian safety. Energy codes are another factor here too. Warehouses are no longer just giant sheds. They need efficient lighting, insulated envelopes, and high-performing HVAC. Contractors who do not plan for the compliance early often get tripped up at that final inspection. And I think about it here in Texas because some of these warehouses get hot.
Oh, no, not some
brutally
almost
hot.
all of them. Guys, they're not designed for heavy AC systems unless you're in a chilled building.
Correct.
And they freeze.
Then they freeze.
But they're built for it. But the big thing, too, is that the permitting delays are costly because you're not going to get done on time if you're not doing this stuff in advance. An Illinois dock retrofit project was flagged last year for missing guardrails. And this held up operations for months. The lesson is compliance isn't just paperwork. It's an opportunity. And if you're that kind of company that, look, compliance doesn't mess with us because we do what we're supposed to do. Contractors market themselves as pre-compliance experts, and they can gain a huge edge. Any general contractor that's ever been slowed down by somebody that's non-compliant, they're like, dude, out of here. I got somebody else.
Yep.
Yeah, because when you slow my job down 3 months, that superintendent is not freaking happy.
Yep.
Now, you're not just building at that point, you're guaranteeing a smooth inspection and faster occupancy. Guys, a lot of these buildings, a lot of these industrial plants make millions of dollars a day.
That's it.
And when you're holding them up 14 days, guess what? They want their money.
They want it quick.
It can be bad.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're growing in viewers. We are. I'll tell you what, our numbers have been coming up.
Yeah.
Hey, so everybody watching this, please share this with 4,000 of your closest friends and tell them to join us tomorrow from Las Vegas. No, from
Utah.
Hurricane, Utah.
Hurricane.
Hurricane.
And
Logan
subscribe to be part of the first 31K.
That's it. Yeah. Logan Bassinger says, I told him every time he goes, bring me, I just took my written journeyman pass, 22. Would love to meet you. Fantastic. Maybe next time. No, I got it. Helping Hand says, hey, you're describing me. Man, there's a lot of us out there, brother.
That's it, bud.
Cross training is like math. It's a benefit to know. And Manny says, would you say that a heat and frost insulator is a good career to get into with the union? Yeah, the insulation, but those guys make good money too.
They all drive jacked up trucks around here.
Me too.
Like, no, I know, but like insulator, insulation is will keep you busy. Because here's the thing that you learn as insulator. Most pipe above ground gets insulated. Not all of it, I know, but
hot and
plenty
cold
of it. It will keep you busy. Yes.
All right, business training. Now, micro learning through WhatsApp or Slack. Now, I'm not a big WhatsApp guy, so or Slack, to be honest.
My thought here was even shooting a link in text messages, though. Okay, was my side thought. If your company has a group chat, like we use Google Chat, we use all sorts of chat things. You can just shoot a text message to a great YouTube video that you want everybody to learn and discuss later.
I know where some are.
There might be a few plumbing ones out there.
And instead of arranging crews into long seminars, companies are sending out daily 2 to 3 minute training clips.
Yeah.
It could be just a quick safety tip, or it could be a customer service reminder or a tool hack. And guys, look, those little reminders, I'll tell you what, morning affirmations work.
Yep.
The advantage is consistency. Apprentices absorb learning in small bites. It's not, wait, what did he say 5 minutes ago? Or what did he say 10? What did he say 30 minutes ago?
Two.
It's, wow, I learned for 2 minutes and I could focus for the whole 2 or 3 minutes. I got it all. Supervisors can track completion through read receipts. And because it's on their phone, it matches generational learning habits. Okay? These younger kids, that's where they learn. An HVAC company reported a 12% drop in ladder accidents after running daily micro safety reminders. And another one used it to train dispatchers in upselling. Just short daily clips that stack into new skills over time. And this is training that meets workers where they already are on their phones. In between the tasks, micro learning isn't the future. It's happening already. And guys, if you're not teaching, I cannot tell y'all. I remember when I went to New York to be on the news show with Chris Cuomo, News Nation. And I was in the green room because there were about a dozen of us that they had brought in for this thing. And some of them were apprentices that were going through, I think it's Apex, a training program up there. And literally, they're like, oh my God, my instructors pull your videos up. Well, that's cool. It's 8 minutes. It's not a 30, 45-minute video. Now, we've done those. Yep. Not many, thank gosh.
But yeah.
but yeah, we try to keep it 8 to 10 minutes, 8 to 12 minutes. Because to be honest, I can pretty much teach you how to do most anything in that amount of time. Now, there may be a level 1, a level 2, a level 5, a level 20. Yep. But 8 minutes is a good learning amount. Get in, learn it, get it done, say, hey, I'm out. Thanks. It works.
Well, that's it. And I think of this just like a short. Why do we like shorts? Because we can learn something really quick.
Yeah.
And that's what I think of this is even just those simple reminders. Hey, guys, don't forget 3-point stance on a ladder. Here's what that means. Boom. And that's it. Send that out to the company. Guess what? Everybody just got their ladder reminder. Done. That quick, that easy.
Taken care of.
Taken care of.
And I got a read receipt. I know he watched it.
That's it. We can see if they actually opened it or not. We know.
All right, vehicles. Now, dash cameras for safety and accountability. If your vans have logos on them, your drivers are a rolling billboard for your business. One bad driving incident can damage your reputation instantly. I got a negative review one time. A person had taken a picture of 2 of my vans parked in a fire lane. We had already told the building owner, hey, we're going to back up here. We're going to run in and grab our tools. Had them right inside the door so they wouldn't get ripped off because we had parked down the road. Dropped off our tools. We parked in a fire lane to drop them off to. Rolled them in. Went and parked our vehicles down the road. Came back. Did the work. Moved the tools and materials to the door on the inside so it didn't get ripped off while we were walking down the street. Walked down, grabbed the materials, come back, put them in a van, drove off. We were in the fire lane maybe 5 minutes and with the vehicle the entire time. Did we get in trouble?
This
Have a negative
company,
review. Yeah, this company. I will never use this company because they don't even know they can't park in a fire zone. Karen, relax.
There are occasional exceptions, just so you know.
Yeah. And dash cams protect you and your brand. First of all, the liability. If an accident happens, you have video evidence to protect your driver and your company because the insurance companies recognize this. Many are offering discounts to fleets that install dash cams. But remember this, guys, they also prove your liability if your driver did something stupid. Second is accountability. Crews know they're being recorded, which reduces reckless driving. Footage can also be used for training, showing good driving like mine versus risky behavior if you've ever ridden with him.
Yay.
The next thing is ROI. One prevented lawsuit can save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. For most companies, dash cams pay for themselves in one incident.
Easily. Not even in 0.1 incident, okay?
Yeah.
It's covered.
It's a big deal, guys.
They're a very small investment for a major gain because I've been in that company vehicle where I had a lady that was trying to get me to wreck into her as hard as she possibly could.
And if you listen to the attorneys on the radios in the morning, guys, every time they say, hey, if you get hit by a commercial vehicle,
Call me.
Call me.
You just won the lottery.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're telling people. Yeah, it's guys, you got to be very careful. You've got to be very careful.
That's why I like this dash cam because I kind of wish that we would have had them back then because I avoided the incident. I was able to avoid this crazy driver. My apprentice probably had to change his undies when he got home, but we were good. We were safe. We got safely away from the crazy, which was great. That's why I wanted to bring this up, guys, because if you don't, like, it's me, Andy, right there. I love my dash cam. Yes, if you are in a commercial vehicle and your company doesn't have one, you may want to put one in yourself just because it covers your butt.
Okay, social media in today's spotlight, we're talking Grand Roofing Incorporated. Now, this roofing company has turned job site documentation into engaging content. Time-lapse installs, tool reviews, and behind-the-scenes culture clips make their channel a magnet for both customers and tradespeople. Guys, did you hear that? A magnet for customers. When customers find out you do things right, you do things better, you do things different than everybody else, they want you. Now, they've gone viral with roof fails, breakdowns, showing mistakes and teaching lessons. At the same time, they produce apprentice-friendly tutorials on flashing details and harness setups. The big takeaways, they're not just marketing their company, but they are marketing their company. But they're not just doing that, they're also building a media brand in the process. They're raising the bar for what roofing content looks like online. It's a reminder that every contractor has the opportunity. Every contractor on YouTube has the opportunity to showcase their work and their culture. Social media isn't just for influencers. It's for tradespeople too. I think we know that.
Imagine that.
Imagine.
And I was. So I did. I took a little extra time trying to find something different. Roofing, guys, I talk about it all the time. There's not a whole lot of roofing channels out there. I found one that's a company, and it's company based, and I was like, yes, this is what we want to look into. Okay, description here, roofing how-to, DIY, and preventative maintenance. If you're doing your own roof this year, see what to do and what not to do. Worst roof ever videos, roofing tool reviews, basics, and materials. Love it that they cover the goods, the do's and the do-nots. Do-nots are one of the things that I feel like I learned the most from as my apprenticeship was the bad things. And it's like, oh, avoid that. Don't ever do that. Don't ever think of it that way until it's a way out of something, and then you'll need it. But good to keep in mind. Been doing this since 2018, so they've been around for about 7 years now, with over 50,000 subscribers and over 16 million views. Love to see it. They're out of Indiana.
Saw that.
Videos here. Let's start out. Let's kick back to the oldest and just start where it all began. Roofing. New competition can be a good thing. How to walk a steep pitch roof. Cougar Paw roofing boots. Yeah, I love that because I've been on some really steep roofs. Remember that as a kid? Oh my gosh, where we were like crazy steep roofs. And I love it here because I always see everybody with all the couch cushions on the roofs, and that's what they normally work on now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is great.
And I've heard of these Cougar Paws. I've never had them, but I thought about buying them at one point because of having to climb on the roof as a plumber.
That's it. And honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a set of roofing shoes in the van if you have to get on roofs a lot, because
they're made to grip it.
They're made to hold it.
Because sometimes your Vibram soles on your boots may just slip a little bit.
That's it. If you got shingles like we do around here.
Yeah.
But really cool. Just kind of enjoy going back to the old stuff. Let's see what we've got most popular. Worst roof ever roofing scammer. And these are some of my favorites to find on social media where they are busting the fakes. Because it's something that I heard about a lot growing up. These guys coming in after storms and just robbing people blind over roofs and stuff like this. I love when they're busting scammers, like when we're busting scammers and checking that out, because they don't need to be out there. Sorry.
And I've done it in person.
That's it.
I've got some good videos where, man, I flat out, the guy finally admitted, yeah, we messed up.
That's it. And even here, like they're going in, they're finding some repairs that people did. And it's like, look, these people, they got you. Hate to see it. It teaches you what to look out for, though. How you can actually go through and verify who's the right people to follow through and talk to. Some of the metal roof, different things. So he covers a little bit of everything. Metal, shingles, all of it. I like this, though, because it's kind of talk about some of the framing and stuff. Gets into the electrical trailer brake repair. I thought that was kind of interesting, just side story. But when you're in roofing, you deal with a lot of trailers. That's why this is coming in, because this is becoming a normal thing. A lot of the behind the scenes stuff, different parts, projects that he's got going on, good, the bad, things to do, things not to do, guys. So if you're curious about roofing, anything like that out there, get out there and get going on it. It's a good thing. If you are in the trades, man, get out there, put something to promote you, what you do, your company. This is, how to DIY. They're trying to teach you to do it yourself. But that helps promote them, because then guess what? Those that teach, I'll hire them to do my work. Thanks. Shorts over here, most popular. Just one more roof layer. Man, yeah.
3-layer
How
roof.
many times are we adding? Let's just add another layer. Let's just add another layer all the time. 2 million views.
Cool.
Not surprising. So stuff. Grand Roofing Inc. out of Indiana.
And while we're at social media, remember this video is sponsored by me. Everything that I do on YouTube, I can teach y'all to do. Go to justmetroger.com. Check it out. I'm telling you, it's really good. Okay, we're going to roll into best practices. Let's close with best practices like we do every day, because this is powered by residentialserviceprofessionals.com. Now, the theme today is rooted in systems. Too many business owners are chasing growth without strong foundations. They're trying to reinvent their SOPs. They're fumbling through pricing or guessing at hiring. Now, pricing is one of the big ones, because I've already got to help build the pricing calculator to where you're charging what you should be charging per hour every single time. Now, not that you're doing T&M, but when you build your flat rate pricing book, you want to make sure that your prices are based on the right hourly rate. If you're trying to be the cheapest plumber in town, you're probably not going to be in business very long. And I don't mean that bad, but I have never walked in a conference and said, hey, how many of y'all wanted to be the cheapest guy doing whatever it is you do when you grew up? And nobody raises their hand. Well, of course you would. Randy says, I just want to do it for free because I love it.
I like doing it.
But the thing is, guys, look, it's not the way to go. Be the best. Bring more value. Bring more to your customers than anybody else does. Don't reinvent SOPs. Guys, they're out there. There are people that have helped put these things together, and a lot of these things work. They call them standard operating procedures. I call it systems, operations, and processes. Because if you can fix those things, you can build a great company. Because you didn't start a company to build it like somebody else's. You started it to build yours. But guys, fumbling through all these things, guessing at your hiring, that's not a good way to do it either. Come up with a plan, a system, and process that works. Now, this community gives you pre-built frameworks, calculators, templates, hiring guides that have been tested in the field and in the weekly coaching and mastermind groups. And you're not just learning systems, you're implementing them. Implementation is the greatest thing that there is. Learn something and then implement it and then get good at it before you do something else. The result is growth that is stable, it's predictable, and it is scalable. Guys, systems that root your business help you branch out. That way you can branch out confidently. I know when we started our company, I wanted to grow nationwide, but I called it Texas Green Plumbing because I wanted to start in Texas. The best practice here is simple. Stop guessing. Start building with systems that work, backed by a crew that understands your world, and get a business operating system that works. Guys, learn more at residentialserviceprofessionals.com.
That's it. And everybody, we would like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. When I say the leak detection system, guys, I always suggest checking out the complete kit. It comes with both pieces of equipment that we build. The probe for that outdoor use, that we prefer that for the meter to the home service, irrigation lines, anything like that. If it's anything under a driveway, sidewalk, slab of a home, you're going to want the sidekick that comes in that complete kit. It's got an aluminum rod, so it eliminates that layer of concrete that you're listening through. So check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro. But if you're not familiar with how to do leak detection, don't just get the equipment. Invest in the training. I offer a 2-day in-person training here just outside of Dallas, Texas, where I will teach you the full process to locate the lines, pinpoint locate leaks under a slab, outside of a slab, even how to figure out where a sewer system's leaking, all from that double clean out outside. If this interests you and you're tired of waiting on leak detection people for your customers, give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd love to talk about the equipment or the training and how we can add this to your wheelhouse so you are the leak detection professional in your area. So give me a call once again, 1-8888-LEAK-PRO.
Cross-training is like math. It's a benefit to know.
Yep.
Helping hands, handyman, yes, it is. Manny Morales says, would you say that a heat and frost insulator? Absolutely. Scott Smith says, I love working with plumbers. They do and know things I don't, of course. When it comes to pumps and controls that operate, that's our specialty. There you go. I love what you guys are doing. Well, guys, look, again,
so do we.
Share this with 4,000 of your closest friends.
Yep.
Tell them, look, you need to go over and check this out. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. That way you get notified every day when we go live. It's me. Andy says, love my dash cam. I tried putting one in Randy's truck. He said, no, I'm quitting. I said, no, it's just a video things. He said, I know, I'm quitting.
He was trying to put it in my personal truck, y'all. Okay, that's just not allowed.
It is what it is. Manny Morales says, thank you both for your time. I really appreciate your answers. Guys, y'all are more than welcome. Look, we love what we get to do, and we get to do this each and every day because of you. Join us tomorrow when we're in Hurricane, Utah.
Yeah.
We may have to be upstairs or outside, or I don't know where we're going to be, but we'll figure it out.
We'll see.
Guys, whatever you do out there today, do it safe and have fun.
Everybody, happy hump day. Tune in tomorrow for a wonderful Tequila Thursday. Get out there, hit it effing hard. You know we will. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, guys. I hope y'all have a great day.